Hello, hello, hi. Can't turn your phone while live. That is good to know. Greetings, everyone. So, my name is Lorena, and I work for Synergy Behavior Solutions in Portland. Hey, lady, come here. Hey, come here. And I want to talk today about how to play with your dog. This seems like a simple topic for a lot of folks, I think. And I would argue that that there's actually a lot of skill and concepts that can be applied to help your toy play with your dog be not only more enjoyable for you and for the dog, but can be a really powerful relationship and training tool as well. Also, I hear a lot of people say that their dog doesn't like toys, or that their dog won't play tug, or that their dog won't bring the toy back. And all of those are things that can be taught. They're just behaviors that we can reinforce until we get a dog that not only loves toy play, but loves toy play with you, which is the important component when we're talking about play. Dogs learn through play, so if we can perfect our play skills and continue to build those skills for ourselves, then our dogs are going to be not only more inclined to play with us, they're going to be more inclined to choose us over the environment, and they are going to be more engaged with us, even in distractions. So, the first thing that I want to talk about is different kinds of toy play. So, we know that some dogs like to retrieve, and some dogs like to play tug, and some dogs like to tear things apart. And I would say that, having some technical difficulties, we need to tighten up my little tripod, there we go. And I would say that a combination of all of those is pretty essential for getting a well-rounded session of play with your dog. This is Yoshi, by the way, and she's going to be helping me demo today. Just an FYI, I have a whole bunch of toys here with me to demo with and to talk about, and I want to say that Yoshi is a dog who has an extremely strong toy drive. She has a very strong prey drive, which I think those things tend to be fairly connected. Most of toy play with dogs is just acting out different sections of the predatory sequence. And I can use toy play with her to build some control and to build some engagement with me and some of the skills that she lacks, like letting go of things that she's really excited about has been really, really hard for her, and bringing things back rather than wanting to go and shred them, because she is a terrier and they like to shred things. So a couple things to think about first. I want to say, like, some common mistakes when it comes to toy play are using the wrong toy. So a lot of people will try to tug with their dog with really short, hard toys. I'm going to demo some, and Yoshi might steal them, and that's okay. She's still working on her impulse control when it comes to toys. People might take toys like these and try to play tug with them. These are not enjoyable for a dog to play tug with for a variety of reasons. They're hard, they're small, they're short. Yoshi actually will play tug with this ball sometimes, but it's usually combined with the retrieve. And they have larger versions that she generally prefers because there's more give. So if you're wanting to teach your dog to play tug, I want you to start with things that are soft, pliable, and easy to chase. So obviously this is far more interesting to Yoshi. This is a long-handled tug toy with a with a sheepskin on the end. And what I want to do is find a toy that my dog is excited about, which means that I might need to try a variety of different things. Lay down. I know, it's hard, huh? She's very, very excited for this demo. So, right now she is stationed on her boundary, and the goal here is to add a little bit of impulse control. Just with the toys being present is really intense for her. So for dogs that are like this, what we want to do is have sessions be incredibly short, and we also want to have a goal for the session in terms of what am I trying to encourage my dog to do when it comes to play. I want her to be excited, I want her to be engaged, I want her to be energetic, and I want her to choose to play with me. And so one of the things to think about when we are picking our toys is this going to be too exciting for the dog? And so there are some nice options in terms of like halfway points. And so this is a toy that Yoshi enjoys because the chocolate ball is too exciting for her, but she can tug with this too. Some dogs might not like to tug with this. I would say the average dog wouldn't, but Yoshi is totally down to tug with this toy. But she would tug a lot harder and with a lot more intensity with this rabbit skin tug. Good job. That was very good. And so what I want to do today is I want to show you a game that is going to encourage your dog to decide to play with your toy, not necessarily with the toy that they want initially. And we're going to teach you a little bit of what proper tug looks like when we are playing in a way that's reinforcing for the dog, not necessarily for you. And so a few common mistakes that I see when people are playing tug with their dogs: putting way too much pressure on their dog, leaning over their dog, lifting their dog's front feet off of the ground with the toy. Super dangerous for your dog's back and neck and really not enjoyable for the dog. I see lots of this in the dog's face. That's very, very unpleasant. Obviously Yoshi will do it, but if your dog is not keen on tug, that is not how we emulate chase. That's not how we pretend like this is the bunny rabbit or the squirrel that they want to chase. Squirrels don't come and mess around in the dog's face until they grab it. And that's really not a great way to get your dog stoked. However, one way to get your dog excited is to run away and to be exciting in terms of being that prey item that likes to be chased. And another thing that I think about when I'm doing toy games, initially, if you're just building for a dog like Yoshi, for instance, if you're trying to build that skill of playing with my toy and choosing to come back with the toy, then I want to make sure that I have toys that are exactly the same. So I actually started this game with 2 exact replicas of the Chuck It Tug, and so I'm going to do toy switch with this toy with her just for a minute to show you what it looks like, to teach your dog that toys are fun, sure, on their own, but toys are way more fun if they involve playing with you and with the handler. So get 2 identical toys. I recommend starting with one that's like moderately high value to your dog. So I would start with this one, as she's pretty stoked on it, but she's not obsessed. And then maybe because she's more experienced, I will switch to some much more exciting rabbit skin tugs and see how that goes. If you are just starting with your dog, I highly encourage long-handled tug toys. So again, this one has a good long tug toy, and she can really, really chase that. But I'm in a small room, we are in quarantine and lockdown after all, and I want to make sure that she doesn't get too far away from me, and I don't want her crashing into anything. So she's offering some really nice impulse control right now, even though I'm pulling all of these toys out. I am rewarding her with pets and with food, but you need to remember that your dog decides what is reinforcing, and in this situation, it is definitely the toys that are reinforcing. So I'm going to do a couple sessions, fairly short. We're going to maybe about 30 seconds or so of her playing with one toy. I will have the other toy behind my back, and then when I want her to switch, I will have the toy in her mouth go dead. I'll have the toy in her mouth go dead while the other toy comes out from behind my back. And she is definitely ready to play. So I'm going to release her from her boundary in just a second, and we're going to do a few sessions, and then I will send her back to her spot in order to bring the arousal down and have her relax a little bit. Ready? Break! So when I'm playing tug with her, notice that I'm keeping her feet on the ground. I am not shaking or jerking the toy. I'm going to stand a little bit to the side to release the pressure a little bit. She's a dog that generally kind of likes pressure in play, and by that I mean leaning over her to apply some pressure, touching her body, rubbing her head, maybe touching her chest, coming in close and then putting her away. And then when I'm ready to switch, notice I'm not moving all that much. My feet are moving, but my arm isn't like flopping around. I'm not jerking her head back and forth. That's not very enjoyable toy play for the dog. Ready? This one's gonna go dead. This one gets exciting. Get it. Yes, good dog. Get it. Oh, now she wants this one back. I'm gonna let her have it back because she wants it. I'm gonna see if she will switch. Ready? Get it. Get it. Yes, good girl. Get it. And then maybe I will toss it. Go get it. And see if she wants to bring it back for a little bit of tug. Good dog. Ready, switch? Yes. Alright, and then I am going to send her back. Open up. And bring the arousal down for just a moment. Maybe she can settle. A little bit of settle. Just a little bit of impulse control, and then she is going to earn her next bout, which is going to be a little bit more exciting and with longer toys, so we can see what tug looks like with a little bit more energy and engagement. I'm already getting tired. If you're not sweating, you're not doing it right. Ready? So I don't want to release her until she's allowed to have the thing. She's a dog who is still working on having appropriate bite response in terms of like targeting the toy. So I'm going to make sure that my hands are safe And I'm going to keep myself fairly still during this session because I want to keep her arousal down, not up. Ready? Hop it up. Ready? Break. So here I am letting her get a good little little hold on the toy, but I also am going to apply just a little bit of pressure. And so she has a tendency to want to try to take the toy from me like this, and that's fine. I'm actually just going to drop it and see if she would like to switch. Up, 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 up. And she struggles. Yes! Oh, that was so good. She struggles to switch, and that is okay with me. I'm going to try a longer handled toy and see if she will choose to chase that one instead. Get it, get it, get it, get it. And for a dog, nice, Yoshi, good job. For a dog like her, again, I'm not so much worried about rules. It's reinforcing to her to play with the toy that she has in her mouth, and she still works. She's still working. Yes, good girl. She's still working on being able to switch between toys, and I'm not putting that pressure on her. I'm not getting upset or angry. Maybe I'll see if she wants to switch back. Oh, good girl. And then we get a nice little switch so I can move her away to disengage from the very exciting toy. Nice job. And now I'm going to let her win those toys for just a moment, but not forever. So when we are playing tug with dogs who tend to want to hold the toy and to possess it, we want to decrease the value of the toy and increase the value of us. And so the way that that might look for her is waiting until she drops the toy and then putting it away for the next session. So I did not try to ask her to drop it. I cued her once with her hand signal to drop it, and she didn't, and I didn't freak out or pull it away from her. Good dog. Or pull it away from her. I really just want her to relax on her own. If we turn this into a competition or some kind of fight for power, A, we're not having fun, and B, we're actually going to encourage those behaviors that we already find challenging in our dogs. So, there are a few myths about playing tug that I want to dispel. Nice. She's settled on her bed. We're both breathing a little harder. That is okay. I want to take lots of breaks. We're going for some arousal up, arousal down, which is super important for a dog like Yoshi. So, in terms of myths when it comes to tug, some people think that tug, I will answer that question. Thank you for the question. I was just about to say that. So some people think that tug makes their dog aggressive. There are studies showing that, like, A, this isn't true. So many people tug with their dogs, especially dogs in the sport world, who use tug as a reinforcer, and those dogs are not predisposed to aggression. They don't become more aggressive. In fact, I would argue that tug is a really great way to work with dogs who maybe even have a history of aggression, like this one, for instance. She struggles with other dogs. Tug is a really great way to activate some of that high arousal space and then figure out how do we work with our dogs in that space. One of the most important things I can do for a dog like Yoshi is to work on, can you get triggered in that intense, like, prey or predatory drive? Can you get in that space where you maybe lose your mind a little bit, and then can you come back from it? Can you think? Can you do a behavior change? Can you perform behaviors when you're in that state of high arousal? And I'm going to demo that in just a minute. How much more time do we have here? 1 more minute. So I will demo that in just a second. The other thing is, too many people think that they have to win the game. That is not fun for your dog. The dogs that bounce back for more play are the ones who get to win. Let your dog win tug. You don't need to be the alpha or the pack leader. That has been dispelled many, many times. It's not even really like a part of this conversation. What we want to worry about is our dog having fun? Do they want to play with us? The best way to get them to want to play is to let go and have them come right back. So in order to get that engagement from Yoshi, which was very difficult, she was the dog that would take the toy and run away. She's the dog that would take it and shred it and clamp her mouth down so hard that I could not get her to let go of a toy. So I turned it into, okay, you take the toy, I'm gonna run away, and you're gonna chase me with my other toy. And so you could see a little bit of that happening when I was playing Toy Switch, where Yoshi really is the dog that wants to possess that toy. She absolutely does. My other dog, all he wants is to bring it back to play more tug. But Yoshi is the dog that wants to hold on to that toy. So how do I get her to disengage, which is an essential skill for any dog, but especially a dog that is maybe dog aggressive, which Yoshi can be. And so, a game like Toy Switch, going back and forth between different toys and eventually changing the value of those toys. On a good day, Yoshi can go from this toy to this toy. You can have it, but you gotta get back on your boundary, crazy girl. Yeah? Lay down. Down. Oh, good. Get it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I can switch from a higher value toy to a more moderate or even lower value toy the more that we play these games. Because what happens is that you get value and engagement, not in the toy itself. And that's an incredibly powerful tool in terms of working with dogs, especially with dogs that maybe have some behavior struggles. So the last thing that I want to show is a little bit of adding some cue control and arousal. And so something as simple as drop, okay, break, touch. Asking for a series of behaviors while the toy is present. This is very, very hard for Yoshi. Let's see how she does. So this is her signal for sure she's not getting the toy yet. Can she respond to cues she knows? Ready? Right. Oh, she offered it down instead of her spin. I'm not going to reward that, but I will reset her. Touch. Nice. Great. Yes, get it. Nice. So just 2 behaviors, really simple. Can she adequately perform them in the presence of the very exciting thing that emulates a squirrel, or the rabbit that she wants to chase, or even the other dog if she's a dog that struggles with other dogs. Drop. Nice. Sit. Nice. Touch. That was a hard one. Middle. Break. Get it. Get it, get it, get it. Good girl. Okay, so, I think that's all I wanted to cover for right now. Obviously, this is a huge topic. People take week-long seminars about play with their dog. This is something that really, if you get good at it, and I'm still working on that, is like a dance. And it can be an incredibly powerful thing. It's to the point, you know, with a dog like Yoshi, I can use toys to overcome just about any distraction at this point. And I can get her to perform challenging behaviors while she's in that really heightened state of excited arousal, which is nice. Break. Let's see, if you're interested in in attending a webinar, or doing a class on toy play, interested in offering that, and I'm also offering a pre-Mac webinar that comes up in about 2 weeks, I think. It's called Ready, Set, Go, and it's all about how we can get that thinking and arousal, and we will be using a lot of toys as well as food. And if your dog is not one to play with toys, that would be a really great time to start teaching them how. I am happy to tackle any challenge and tackle anybody who says their dog doesn't play tug. And yeah, thanks for joining me and for the questions, and have a lovely day.